Now, it's been a while since I did the video of the channel. Now we're going to do a new episode of Nostalgia Tech. Now, pertaining to the channel of YouTube. Now, YouTube been around for a long time. Some of us been around longer. Some of us been around a decade. Some of us been around for 5 years or so. But how we all started on YouTube. Okay. Now, I explained the story on how I became part of YouTube. You know, the YouTube universe. Little story. Let me tell you a story. Right around 2008, 2009, Anonymous released this video that really shocked the world. Really shocked the YouTube community. Big time, no bullshit. Okay. Now, before I came along in the scene, before I came along and started my YouTube career, I wanted to wait until I get to know what's the what it was about, basically. What it was about. I didn't have time. I didn't have a pretty good internet service. I didn't have anything that was very capable as I do now. So right around the late 2000s, early 2010s, I got this phone, new phone. I started my YouTube career, and I did it in a way that kind of helped me start off. I didn't have a tablet. I didn't have a camera or anything, but I did have something that can work. I started with my BlackBerry 9300, the Curve. This is where I started. And yeah, this is where I started. And it was a really, really interesting time. Go here. Okay. Now, this was a phone that I used to do my channel. This was my headquarters. This was my personal headquarters right here. This little thing here. And you see, it's a small screen, pretty good size back then. But the screen was small. But it had a back camera on the back camera. And this was the phone that helped me start my career on YouTube. 9 years later, almost 200 subscribers later. Now, for the longest time, I've been using my iPhone. I've been using my computer, tablet, and whatnot. But something made me want to go home. And what I mean by that, I mean to where it all started for me, here. And it started. I started to remember how I started on YouTube. How I started, and I remember I used the BlackBerry Curve 9300. So all on eBay last week. And I was thinking, like, you know what? I've been waiting, kind of like, wanting to get. I've always wanted to get the BlackBerry Q10. I've owned a couple of Z10s, and I finally had the nerve. I mean, I went and got it. I picked it up, and this is the phone that I picked up. This is the BlackBerry Q10. And as you see, the Q10 is bigger. It's wider. The screen is a lot bigger, and it brings back the old school look, but also it has a back and front camera. Now, the 9300 didn't have a front camera; it only had a back camera at the time, and it didn't come around until iPhone came in. iPhones had both the back and front camera. Google, with their Android phones, had the back and front camera. Now, the Z10, the Q10, the Z20, was it the Q20, the Q30, the Z10, was it allow the Passport, but the Key 2, again, have the front and back camera. And I I saw the Q10 a few years ago. At the time, I picked up the Windows Phone 8X, which was made by HTC. Now, I started to understand that it's more about what you're comfortable with. Now, last episode, I talked about the HP 360 LX, which was the palm top PC of the late 90s, which was also a phone, a cellular phone, which a cellular phone disguised as a palm top PC, a palm top personal computer. It was part smart cell phone, part computer, part, well, basically it was a baby laptop that was disguised as a PDA and cell phone, which was like a real blowaway technology back then. Now, BlackBerry has been used all over the world. It has been used by government officials, executives, and agency, government and in industry. Now, when I finally got this today, I was just so straight up blown away, because for me it's been a really long time, and I mean just think. I mean just look at it. Just look at it. Look at that shit. And it both have that BlackBerry logo on the back, and it's iconic. Now, I mean, it brings back. It's a touchscreen, and it brings back the keyboard. The keyboard we all miss. We miss the keyboard. Here, I love the keyboard. It's like you're holding a BlackBerry. It's like you're holding a tiny ass computer, which basically, if you think about it, what does a smartphone have? Camera, recorder, ringtones, all voicemail. I mean, everything you see around your house, it's in this little device, or whether it's the iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, whatever you're using. But it bring I miss that feeling of the keyboard, and I mean, it really blew me away. I mean, seriously, blew me away. Now it brings back memories from when I used the 9300. It's over 10 years old, and it's still a good phone if you want, but it no longer has. I mean, it has the, as you see here, You see there. And it's still, I mean, it is amazing. It is a awesome, awesome device. And it is a real, straight up awesome device. Because there is a lot of hardcore BlackBerry fans. They have that favorite phone, the Z10, the Q10, the Z30, the Q20, um, the Key 2, the Classic, the Priv, and you name it. And ever since that BlackBerry started to use Android, they started to use it until beginning in 2015, right around between 2014 and 2015. This was around the time when BlackBerry had the BlackBerry 10 software. But it is an absolute awesome phone. And now it's restarted, and it's on updates. Still just amazing. It's really, really cool. And so, I mean, going back to say the late 2000s, early 2010s, you can still get blown away by BlackBerry. And it is a good phone. I mean, now if you go back right around, I mean, this was right around 2010, 2011. BlackBerry Messenger. Oh man, I love BlackBerry Messenger. Okay, and the reason is it's pretty badass. Is that a few years ago, a lot of people in the UK, in Saudi Arabia, and India used BlackBerry Messenger because it was encrypted, and it was the encryption that you wanted in Messenger before WhatsApp even began just really bringing it in this package. I mean, you have government officials, you have agencies of three FBI, NSA, CIA, all carrying Blackberries and shit. But now you have Boeing that's have come out with their own phone, Boeing Black, powered by Android. And what's cool about it is if you try to pry open that phone, the phone itself would basically wipe itself, self-destruct. But all I gotta say is I am happy to be back with BlackBerry. I've always been a BlackBerry guy since I got the first one I got. The BlackBerry was like a big talked about a lot. But even though Apple and iOS and Android were kind of kicking ass along with Windows, BlackBerry was still doing its job. People used it. You didn't see government officials, you didn't see agency people using Windows Phone. No, fuck that shit. They didn't use it. They used iPhone. They used Android. They used BlackBerry shit. And there were a lot of favorite. What I could say is it brings back memories. I mean, if you go to a video on YouTube about the BlackBerry, you see comments by people that really still get blown away by BlackBerry, the Z10, the Q10, the Note, the Key 1 and Key 2. I mean, it's pretty much they've liked the BlackBerry 10 software operating system than they do with the Android. But now that BlackBerry is being powered by Android, you have unlimited choices on apps. Simple as that. Now, I tell you what, I am so fucking blown away. Sorry, but so damn blown away about what I mean. The keyboard's back. I mean, the reason people have gone to BlackBerry is because of the keyboard. They love the keyboard. They love how it feels. The back. I mean, holy crap! It feels like it's in a case. It has that rubber case, but it's like, dude, really badass. I mean, you don't see BlackBerry in video games like Grand Theft GTA or Watch Dogs, you know, because Watch Dogs, it looks like that in both 1 and 2, they're using an Android. The phone is an Android. Now, I tell you what, I am blown away. Very much. I mean, really, really blown away. And I tell you what, I don't care what anybody says about BlackBerry. BlackBerry is damn good. It is an awesome phone, and I agree with everybody else. BlackBerry is a damn good phone. I mean, they talked about the bold, the curve, the Q10, the Q20, the Q20, the Z10, the Z30, the Q1, the Q2, the Passport, BlackBerry Classic, the BlackBerry Bold 9900, and tell you what, I mean, it brings back memories, man. I mean, you go back and you miss the keyboard here. I mean, my dude. Um, or now it's starting. It's restarting itself, so it's kind of it did some updates and shit. So, um, I mean, the BlackBerry Q10 has the same operating system as the counterpart, the Z10. Um, I waited so long, and this is the honest truth. I've waited so long to really go back. See, when I say go back home, I'm saying the BlackBerry. Going back to the BlackBerry. And it's kind of like you miss that somebody that you two broke up, separated because of some reason that happened, that guys no longer even talk or whatever. Then all of a sudden you see that person again, and you start to reminisce of the past, on the good times, the good things that you and that person did. You know, you had a good time, had fun. This is like what the BlackBerry is. It's like going back and you're reuniting with something that you started with years ago, and it has the best security. Best security. I mean, um, am I lying about it? No. I mean, BlackBerry 10 to me is a really badass operating system. Is Google pretty? Is iOS pretty good? Yeah, iOS is pretty good. So is Android. Android's pretty good. But a lot of people the comments that I've read of people, they miss the BlackBerry 10 operating system. Yeah, of course they're using the Priv, the Passport, and that's operating on the Android, but they miss the BlackBerry 10 operating system because there was something about the BlackBerry 10 operating system, and that we all miss. It's kind of nostalgia, but you want to keep holding on to hope that it would still work. Well, it does work. It does pretty good. And I became blown away by a BlackBerry because I had a Windows phone. I got my first BlackBerry Curve 9300. I always talk about this once in a while, but as you know, it's really the size here. It's all age and shit. The screen's cracked here. It's all scuffed up. It's all scuffed up. But I went through a lot. And but the Q10, you cannot deny this phone as something that's, well, BlackBerry's going. Well, the BB10 is going to end here pretty soon. How would you guys know that shit? I mean, I don't believe that's going to end this year. I think, but the question has been that, can you download Linux? Can you download Android on the Q10 and the Z10 and the Key 2, as well as the Passport and the BlackBerry Classic? What about the BlackBerry Bold 900? Um, I've I mean, just look at that. Just the feel of the keyboard and the touchscreen and the keyboard is like, I mean, it's just amazing on how people, miss it. I'm looking for the Q30, the Q30, and I tell you what, I am blown away. I am really just absolutely blown away, really blown away. I'm happy that I'm back with the BlackBerry again. I feel that there's something about it that really brings back so much memories. I mean, really, so much memories about it. And I'm glad I got it back. Well, not back, but I'm glad I got it. I feel happy about it, and just bring back memories. And it really brings back a lot of memories. I mean, it's like driving your first car. You look at it, you're like, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a run. I mean, it's. I mean, you get that first phone. It's always that one phone you use, and you work with it, you use it. It's your daily driver, and it's been good to you. You treat it well. You took care of it like it's one of your own. Um, but it is a phone that really makes you want to hold on to that, because you attach to it because the way that you're used to it. It works well. It runs well. But when I got my Curve 9300, it didn't have the BlackBerry 10. Okay, let's see here. It had the operating system was a. Let's look here. Let's look here. Okay, let's look, everybody. Let's look at what this thing has. Okay. Let's see here. Google Talk. What's funny is when you got the Curve, um, it was kind of it was insane because you had Windows Live. Um, let me see here. But you got the Windows. Where's that? Where's the settings? Settings. The Windows Live Messenger. Power off. Messenger. Let me see here. Okay, this is it was kind of okay, this is setup. No one setup. Let's see any settings. Setup. Okay, what's the this is like really weird, man. But it is a cool phone. The curve was. It still is. But the screen was like hell small. I mean, it was a very small screen compared to the Q10. Now, both have the keyboard. Now, the keyboard is very. I mean, you can feel it on your thumb, and now before I got the Q10 today, I asked a lot of questions on Facebook. Any chance can anybody hack with a Q10 or a Z10, but more like the Q10? Well, I never got a reply, but I'm waiting to have that question answered because the BlackBerry is a smartphone. Whether you want one that's all touchscreen and one with a touchscreen keyboard. Um, do I think so? Probably not. Probably not. But it does bring back memories, big memories. The camera's pretty good, you know. And there's a flashlight in the back camera, front camera right underneath the orange light, and just that it's loading up. It's loading, and it's on updates, and it is a really good phone, and brings back so much memories. It does. I mean, the curve has that little mouse thing, that little the clock, the clock. Oh, I love the clock. And oh man, I could really just say that Let's see here. Shit. Can't remember. BlackBerry. Gotta hit the password here and shit. Oh man, it's gonna be tough to hell. It seems I locked myself out here. Shit. This chicken shit. All right, guys. I'm going to go. I'm Grandmaster Robin here. And you guys watched the Nostalgia Tech. Okay. All right. It's here. All right. Peace out.